chosen one. You did not stumble onto this message by accident. You are here because the Spirit has led you. You are here because there is a truth carved into the very core of your being, waiting to be spoken aloud, waiting to be confirmed. You are here because your soul has been whispering, "There has to be more," and heaven has answered with this word. You walked through the darkest valley. You carried yourself through nights when silence pressed down on you so heavily it almost suffocated you. You carried questions in your chest that no human voice could answer. You endured betrayals that broke you into pieces. And yet somehow you're still here. Somehow, though everything conspired to bury you, there was a fire that refused to go out. That fire wasn't just your strength. That was God's light already alive inside you. Listen closely. The darkness you faced was not wasted. The valley you crossed was not random. Every step you took, every tear you shed, every sleepless night you endured, it was all part of a sacred orchestration. You thought the valley was meant to destroy you. In truth, it was designed to reveal you. There is a message heaven needs you to understand. God does his deepest work in the shadows. It is in the valley where the seeds of greatness are planted. It is in the silence where his voice is amplified. And while others saw you as broken, heaven saw you as chosen. Right now, you are standing on the edge of something you can't fully see yet. It feels like something is shifting, though you can't put words to it. It feels like the heaviness that once clung to you is slowly losing its grip. That's because you are stepping out of the valley and into the light. The very place that tried to bury you is becoming the foundation of your elevation. But there's more, much more. There are revelations waiting that will explain why your life had to unravel the way it did. There are blessings hovering above you that have been held back, not denied, waiting for this exact moment. What you're about to hear will shake you, confirm you, and awaken you. Chosen one, this isn't just encouragement, it's prophecy. And as you listen, you will feel it resonate not just in your mind, but in your spirit. This message is your confirmation. You survived the valley because you were never meant to stay there. You found God's light in the darkness because it was the light that was guiding you all along. And now heaven is ready to reveal what that light is about to do in your life. You wondered how you made it through storms that should have crushed you. You questioned why the same fire that consumed others only refined you. The truth is, it was never just your strength. It was never just your willpower. There was a hand guiding you, a voice covering you, a presence walking beside you when you thought you were utterly alone. That presence was God himself. Not the God of distant religion, not the cold image painted by men who never knew his warmth. The God who carried you was the living one. The one who sculpted the galaxies and yet leaned close enough to catch every whispered prayer you spoke in your lowest moments. There were nights when you thought your prayers disappeared into silence. But they didn't. They were collected, stored, answered in ways you could not yet see. What felt like silence was preparation. What felt like abandonment was actually orchestration. The valley was not empty. It was filled with his unseen footsteps pacing right beside yours. This is why you survived what others did not. This is why you walked out of the fire that burned others down to ashes. Because heaven has marked you. There is a seal over your life that darkness cannot erase. And every season of emptiness, every shadow of despair was heaven's way of revealing this truth to you. You were never walking alone. Even now, as these words pour over you, it isn't me speaking. I'm only the vessel. The message you feel stirring in your chest is not mine to give, it's his. That's why it resonates so deeply, why you feel it vibrating through your spirit, because your soul recognizes the sound of its creator calling your name. Think of how far you've come. Remember the near misses, the coincidences that spared you, the doors that opened just in time. None of it was random. Heaven's fingerprints were all over those moments. Every detail was being woven into a tapestry that only now is beginning to make sense. And listen carefully, what you are about to hear in the sections to come isn't speculation. It isn't wishful thinking. This is revelation. This is the unveiling of what has already been written over your life in the unseen. Yes, the valley was dark. Yes, it took nearly everything from you. But it could not take him from you. And because he remained, you remain. Because his light never left, your light has only grown brighter. Now the time has come. The silence is breaking. The mystery is being unveiled. The author of your story is about to read aloud a new chapter, one that explains the pain, redeems the years, and brings into focus the reason you endured what you did. This is not a message about your past anymore, it is a summons into your future. The veil is lifting now. The very thing that was hidden from you in the valley is being revealed. And though your eyes could not see it then, your spirit is ready to see it now. Here is the truth. The darkness you walked through was not just suffering, it was initiation. You were being ushered into a realm of understanding, a level of spiritual authority that only comes through survival. You were not wandering blindly, you were being led into the furnace, so the impurities of the old life could be burned away. And what emerges from the furnace is not fragile, it is unbreakable. The prophecy over your life is this: what once oppressed you will soon bow before you. What once mocked you will testify of you. What once sought to bury you will become the soil that nourishes the very promise God planted in you. It has already begun. Look closer at the patterns around you. Relationships have shifted. Environments have grown uncomfortable. Doors you thought you needed have shut tight. That was not punishment, it was positioning. You were not losing your place. You were being prepared for a higher one. And the shift is bigger than you realize. This isn't just about personal blessings. This is about divine assignment. You are stepping into a season where your life will become a living prophecy to others. You will be the evidence that God rescues, that God restores, that God lifts up those who were cast aside. Imagine a valley so dark no light could break through except yours. That is how heaven sees you. You became the lamp in a place where others only knew shadows. And because you carried that light, though trembling, though weary, though often misunderstood, you have been entrusted with more. The prophecy is this: the very light that kept you alive is now about to shine through you in ways you could not have imagined. It will draw others. It will expose hidden things. It will break chains that have bound families for generations. And it will confirm to you, over and over again, that you were chosen for this exact role. But with the unveiling comes responsibility. You will feel the weight of it. A new sensitivity in your spirit, a sharper awareness of when to step forward and when to remain silent. Doors of influence will open, but they are not for vanity, they are for mission. Every opportunity will carry the fragrance of destiny, and you will know it by the peace that rests on it. Do not be surprised when people who once ignored you suddenly look to you for guidance. Do not be surprised when those who mocked your faith suddenly confess they see something divine in you. This is not flattery, it is prophecy being fulfilled. They are not seeing you. They are seeing the light of God that grew in you while you walked through the valley. There is also this: the timing is critical. What could not open for you in the past is about to unlock now because you are finally ready to carry it. Had it come earlier, it would have crushed you. But now, you are equipped. The scars that once embarrassed you are proof of your endurance, and heaven calls them beautiful. The prophecy unveiled is not only survival, it is elevation. The valley was the prelude, the light is the destiny. And now, your life is about to shift from hidden preparation to visible fulfillment. Remember this: the light you carry is not borrowed, it is eternal, and no darkness will ever overcome it. What does it mean, then, that you walked through the darkest valley and found light? What is the deeper truth hidden in that journey? It is this: every valley you endured was a mirror of the greater spiritual reality at work inside you. In the natural, you saw loss, betrayal, confusion, loneliness. But in the unseen, God was teaching you the laws of the Spirit. He was showing you that light is never fully appreciated until it has been tested against darkness. He was teaching you the rhythm of faith, the ability to keep walking when your sight fails, the courage to keep believing when every outward circumstance screams the opposite. You see, valleys strip away illusions. In the brightness of easy days, many people confuse comfort with faith. They confuse routine with destiny. But when the valley comes, those illusions shatter. In the darkness, you can no longer lean on the distractions, the masks, the false securities. You are forced to face yourself. And in that stripping, you discover the raw truth. God alone is your anchor. That's why the valley hurt so much. That's why it felt unbearable. Because everything you thought you could not live without was being peeled away. Not to destroy you, but to reveal you. The spiritual meaning is this: the valley was never a grave. It was a womb. Think of it. The seed must go into the dark soil, buried where no one can see it. The rain must fall. The earth must press down. And for a time it looks like nothing is happening. But in reality, life is stirring. Roots are reaching down. Strength is being formed in secret. And when the moment is right, the seed breaks through the surface stronger, taller, unshakable. That was you. Your valley was your planting ground. Every tear watered the soil. Every silent prayer was like sunlight breaking through. Every trial pressed you deeper until the roots of your faith were unshakable. And now you are breaking the surface. Now, the light you carry is not fragile. It is rooted, tested, anchored. Another mystery hidden in your journey is this. Valleys are thresholds. They are not endless corridors. They are passages. They take you from one dimension of life into another. And though they feel long, they are purposeful. If you had not walked through what you did, you would not be ready for where you are about to go. There is divine timing at work here. Notice the seasons of your life. Just as the earth moves from winter to spring, from barrenness to bloom, so your spirit has followed the same pattern. The valley was your winter cold, isolating, silent. But every winter carries the promise of spring. And now, you are standing on the edge of that shift. And here is the depth you must understand. Finding God's light in the valley was not just about rescue, it was about transformation. The light you discovered was not a temporary lamp to guide you out. It was the eternal flame that now dwells within you. You carry it. It is fused into your spirit. This is why you feel different, why your perspective has shifted, why old patterns no longer satisfy you. You are not who you were when you first entered the valley. That person died there. The one standing now is reborn, recalibrated, realigned with destiny. Look back for a moment. Can you see it? The doors that closed were protection. The betrayals were redirection. The loneliness was invitation, and the valley itself was consecration. You were being set apart, marked, prepared for a future far greater than the one you thought you lost. The deeper meaning is this. Valleys are the training grounds of kings and queens. They are the proving places of prophets and leaders. No crown is placed without a cross first being carried. No destiny is fulfilled without first being refined. And you endured. You did not quit. You did not surrender to the shadows. And for that reason, heaven is opening before you now. The light you carry will not only guide you out, but it will illuminate the path for countless others who are still trapped in their own valleys. You are about to become a living testimony of what happens when someone refuses to let the darkness define them. So understand this. The valley was not the end of your story. It was the birthplace of your glory. And now you wonder, how can you be sure this prophecy is real? How can you know that what you sense in your spirit is more than hope, more than imagination? Heaven does not leave you without confirmation. There are signs, subtle yet undeniable, that the shift has already begun. First, pay attention to your restlessness. What once satisfied you no longer does. The places you used to fit now feel too small. The conversations that once interested you now feel shallow. This is not discontent, it is growth. It is the evidence that you have outgrown the garments of your past season, and God is tailoring a new robe for your shoulders. Second, notice the way your discernment has sharpened. You sense motives more quickly now. You see through words into intentions. Where once you were easily swayed, now you feel an inner alarm when something is not aligned with truth. This is not suspicion, it is spiritual maturity. It is heaven's way of training your vision, because where you are going, clarity will be essential. Third, watch how people respond to you. Some will withdraw, unable to explain why your presence unsettles them. Others will be inexplicably drawn to you, sensing peace or light when they are near. Do not take either reaction personally. Both are signs. The light in you exposes what is hidden, and it also heals what is broken. The pushback and the pull are evidence of the same reality. You carry something different now. Fourth, look at the interruptions, plans that fall apart, opportunities that slip away, invitations that suddenly close. At first, these feel like losses. But pause. Every closed door has been protection. Every interruption has been redirection. And if you look closely, you will see that each time something left your hands, it made space for something better, something appointed. Fifth, feel the whispers in your own body and spirit. The dreams that come in the night, vivid and symbolic. The sudden sense to pray at odd hours. The chills, the tingles, the heaviness lifting off your chest when you speak certain words aloud. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. They are heaven's language of intimacy with you. And finally, recognize the peace. Not the peace of circumstances, but the peace that makes no sense, the kind that sits on you even when chaos surrounds you. That is God's seal. That is the unmistakable evidence that His hand is upon you. All these signs have already been showing up in your life. They are heaven's way of whispering, "You are not imagining this, you are awakening to it." Pay attention. Your confirmation has been unfolding all along. But hear this clearly, the unfolding of destiny does not mean the path ahead will be free of resistance. In fact, the very signs that confirm your calling also stir up challenges. These challenges are not punishments. They are refinements. They are designed to test the strength of what has been planted in you, to prove the authenticity of your transformation. Some of these challenges will be invisible at first. They will not come dressed as enemies with obvious weapons. Instead, they will come in whispers of doubt, in the subtle pull of old patterns, in the temptation to retreat to what is familiar rather than step into what is new. One hidden challenge is fatigue of the spirit. After walking so long in the valley, there may be days when you simply feel tired of believing, tired of hoping. The voice of weariness will say, "Settle, stop, stay here, it's easier." But that voice is a counterfeit. It is not rest, it is resignation. And you must recognize the difference. Another challenge will be misunderstanding. People will not always see the light in you correctly. Some will distort it, calling it arrogance, rebellion, or foolishness. You will face the sting of being misjudged by those you hoped would celebrate you. But this too is part of the refining. Because your destiny was never meant to be validated by human applause, it was always meant to be anchored in divine approval. There will also be the challenge of isolation. Even as doors open, you may feel stretches of solitude. This is not abandonment, it is consecration. God sets you apart so that you learn to hear His voice above every other. You are being trained to depend on whispers from heaven, not echoes from the crowd. Another challenge will come through distraction. Opportunities that glitter but are not gold. Invitations that appeal to your pride but have no true purpose. The enemy of your soul would love nothing more than to divert your energy into detours that look good but carry no fruit. You must guard your focus like treasure. And perhaps the most difficult challenge you will face moments when nothing seems to move at all. The silence will return not as punishment, but as another layer of trust. Can you keep walking when the path looks still? Can you keep believing when no evidence appears? These pauses are not empty. They are sacred tests that deepen your roots even further. Yet in all of this, remember, hidden challenges are signs of hidden glory. You do not face them because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to overcome them. And each time you endure, you are proving to heaven and to yourself that the valley did its work. You are unshakable now. So do not fear the tests that lie ahead. They are not sent to break you. They are sent to reveal the strength you didn't even know you carried. If the valley was your training ground and the challenges are your proving ground, then what follows must be your instruction ground. For what good is revelation without direction? What good is light if it does not show you where to step? The Spirit is speaking. The time has come to walk with intention, to live as one who knows they carry both assignment and authority. And for this, you must follow the instructions of heaven with clarity. The first instruction is this: guard your heart. Not everyone can go where you are going. Not everyone deserves access to your inner sanctuary. You have been too generous with your spirit in the past, allowing voices to plant seeds of doubt or fear. Now, your heart must be protected like holy ground. This means setting boundaries without apology. It means being careful about who you let speak into your life. Your heart is the lampstand of the light you carry. Do not let just anyone touch it. The second instruction: cultivate silence. The valley taught you how to survive the quiet. Now you must learn how to use it. Create space for God's whispers. Step away from the endless noise, the constant pull of distraction. Make sacred moments where you listen more than you speak. For it is in silence that strategies are revealed, and you cannot afford to miss what heaven is saying now. Third, walk in obedience, even in the small things. Too often people wait for grand assignments while ignoring the gentle nudges. But the Spirit trains you in the details. Speak a kind word, sow a seed, release an old wound. These small obediences build a foundation for greater responsibilities. Every yes you give in the unseen prepares you for the yes that will shift nations. Fourth, stay anchored in the Word. Do not treat Scripture as mere encouragement. Treat it as oxygen, as instruction, as weapon. For when the hidden challenges come, it will not be your emotions that sustain you. It will be the unshakable truth you have hidden in your heart. Write it, memorize it, declare it, until it becomes the rhythm of your breath. Fifth, remain humble. Destiny has a way of attracting attention. People will look to you, honor you, even envy you. But remember, this light was never yours to boast in. It is His. Pride is the quickest way to extinguish fire. Humility keeps the flame pure, keeps you usable, keeps heaven's favor resting upon you. Sixth, prepare your vessel. Your body is part of your assignment. Care for it. Rest when needed. Feed it with what gives life, not what drains it. Do not ignore the temple that houses the Spirit, for even the holiest fire requires a steady lamp to contain it. Seventh, walk in community but with discernment. Yes, some people must be released, but there are also those heaven will send to walk beside you. Do not shut yourself off completely. Isolation was for the valley, but partnership is for the journey ahead. Discern who strengthens your spirit and keep them close. Finally, the instruction is this: do not delay. When God opens the next door, step through it. Do not hesitate. Do not shrink back in false humility or fear. Destiny is time, sensitive. What you delay may wither, but what you seize in obedience will multiply. These instructions are not burdens, they are gifts. They are the map for your elevation, the strategy for your breakthrough. And if you keep them close, if you etch them onto your heart, you will not stumble when the next chapter unfolds. So mark this moment. You are not wandering aimlessly anymore. You are walking with divine instruction, carrying the weight of sacred assignment, aligned with the very will of heaven. With instruction comes another promised protection. For what good is being sent into destiny if you are left exposed? Heaven does not call you forward without also covering you. And right now, the same presence that walked with you through the valley is rising like a shield around you. You must know this. You are not stepping forward alone. Angels have been assigned to your path. Though unseen, they are present, guarding, guiding, warring on your behalf. Every snare the enemy set has already been seen. Every trap meant to trip you has already been intercepted. Even the whispers of darkness have been silenced before they reached your ears. Remember the moments in your past when danger should have swallowed you, but somehow you slipped through. That was not luck. That was covenant. That was divine protection weaving itself around you like armor. And that same assurance remains with you now. Do not let fear grip you. Fear is the shadow of the valley trying to follow you out. But the light you carry has authority over shadows. Fear may shout, but it cannot stay where faith abides. And faith is not something you must create, it is already alive in you, proven by the fact that you kept walking when everything said stop. When you feel the heaviness rise again, pause, and remember this: you are surrounded. Picture yourself walking, and around you a circle of light no darkness can penetrate. Within that circle, peace reigns. Within that circle, you are untouchable by the plans of the enemy. This does not mean the winds won't blow. It does not mean storms won't rise. But it does mean the storm cannot consume you. The valley already proved that. What others fear will break them, you will walk through unshaken. Not because you are immune to pain, but because you are clothed in presence. There is comfort in this assurance. Every step you take is ordered. Even missteps will be redeemed. Even detours will circle back into purpose. You cannot lose what God has secured. So walk boldly. Walk without the weight of dread. Walk knowing that every shadow you pass trembles at the light you carry. Heaven has invested too much in you to let you fall now. The protection you feel is not fragile, it is eternal. And when doubt whispers, remind yourself, if God's light found you in the valley, it will keep you in the journey. His covering has not lifted, it has only increased. You are not just walking into destiny, you are walking under divine guard. The protection is not the end, it is the gateway. For what you have been preserved for is nothing less than transformation. You are not merely surviving, you are crossing into fulfillment. The story that began in darkness is about to burst forth in light. Think back to who you were before the valley. You carried dreams, yes, but they were fragile. You carried vision, but it lacked depth. You had strength, but it was untested. The valley stripped all of that away, and now what remains is pure, refined, unshakable. You are not the same person who walked into the storm. You are the one who walked out holding fire in your hand. Transformation is not just inward, it is outward. People will see it. They will notice the shift in your presence, the authority in your words, the calm in your spirit. You will not need to explain it. It will radiate from you. Where you once struggled to convince others of your worth, now your life itself will be the evidence. Fulfillment looks like doors opening that no man can shut. It looks like the right opportunities arriving at the right time, without striving or manipulation. It looks like resources aligning, people showing up, strategies unfolding. It looks like heaven's rhythm syncing with your steps, so that everything flows instead of fights you. But fulfillment also carries a deeper joy. Not the fleeting happiness of circumstances, but the settled joy of knowing you are exactly where you were meant to be. It is waking up and realizing the valley did not destroy you, it built you. It is seeing how every piece of your story, even the broken ones, now fit together into a tapestry that shines with divine brilliance. This transformation will ripple outward. Your family will see it. Your community will feel it. Even strangers will be impacted by the light you carry. And some who once doubted you will come back, astonished, because they cannot deny what God has done in your life. Do not shrink back when this happens. Do not hide the glory. This is not about arrogance, it is about testimony. You are the evidence that God's promises are true, that valleys do not last forever, that light always overcomes darkness. Your fulfillment is not for you alone, it is for everyone watching who needs hope. And know this, the transformation is ongoing. This is not a single moment, but a season of unfolding. Each day, more is revealed. Each step, more is confirmed. Each breath, more is aligned. You are walking not just into blessing, but into becoming. So lift your head, square your shoulders, breathe deeply. You are not waiting anymore, you are stepping into it. The fulfillment is here, and the transformation is undeniable. Now the message must settle into your spirit. The prophecy has been unveiled, the meaning revealed, the instructions spoken. What remains is to seal it not with fear, not with uncertainty, but with faith, with affirmation, with blessing. Repeat these words, not just with your mouth but with your soul. I am not who I was in the valley. I am transformed by the light. I am protected, guided, and covered by God's presence at all times. I am stepping into fulfillment, into destiny, into the life prepared for me. No shadow, no fear, no chain can hold me back any longer. Let these truths echo until they become louder than the doubts. Speak them when the night feels heavy. Whisper them when silence returns. Declare them when blessings unfold. They are your reminders, your anchors, your battle cries. And now, receive this blessing. May your steps be ordered with precision, so that every move leads you deeper into destiny. May your heart remain tender enough to hear God's whispers, yet strong enough to resist every storm. May the light you discovered in the valley grow brighter with each passing day, until it illuminates not only your path but the paths of countless others. May peace be your constant companion, not the fragile peace of circumstances, but the unshakable peace of heaven. May you rest in the knowledge that you are chosen, marked, and preserved for this exact moment. And may every shadow that once haunted you be transformed into testimony, so that your very presence becomes a declaration of God's power. May you carry the fire of hope into every room you enter, the fragrance of grace into every conversation, the evidence of transformation into every eye that beholds you. You are walking out of the valley. You are walking in the light. And nothing, no force of darkness, no lie, no fear can take this from you. So go forward with confidence. Go forward with expectation. Go forward knowing that heaven has spoken, and what has been sealed cannot be undone. The blessing is already upon you. The covering is already around you. The light is already within you. And now, the future is already opening before you. Walk in it, live in it, shine in it. The valley is behind you, the light is before you, and your destiny is now.